Okay, Star Wars Adventures Basics. First thing I'm going to do is go to Create a Campaign. Scroll down, Star Trek Adventures, campaign name. You can add a password if you want to. I'm just going to leave this here because I'm not going to leave this up for very long. Start. Okay. All right. Now, first thing I've got here is my campaign setup. Go here, modules. Okay. Now, oh, I saw one there. Okay, unforeseen consequences. I'm going to load that. Alpha quadrant, core rulebook, if you have it. Okay. This looks like, I didn't know I had that, but that's obviously Star Trek. Okay. Is that everything Star Trek related? Looks like it. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna close that, close that. Now up here I have tools. This is my combat tracker. Okay. This is my party sheet, calendar, threat purchases. Here we can choose our dice and colors. I've bought a whole bunch of dice sets, so I can change my dice if I want to. Modifiers, effects, options. There are a whole bunch of different options that you can choose. Okay. I like to turn Show GM Rules off and Dice Tower on. Okay. Now, I've got my modules. Assets are here in case I have any, for example, if I add assets to my assets folder, they'll appear in here. This is also where I'll find tokens and portraits for characters. All right, let's make a character really fast, if we can. Okay. Okay, characters. Let's go to Character Creator. Species. Let's go to Next Generation. We're going to select a species. Let's just be boring and go with human. Okay, attributes. Okay. Okay. Species talent. Now, if I want to know what these talents are, I can go here to talents. Okay. Just like if you have questions about the species, you can go here and look up all your species. All right. Okay. Let's do medicine. Okay. Environment. Now I can do a random environment or I can select environment. We're going to go frontier colony. And again, if I have questions, environments are over here. Okay. Let's go for that. And environmental values, you can basically just write whatever you want. This is to help with your um, um, role playing. Okay. Now, if you have questions about this, one other thing you can do is you can go here to your library, modules, rulebook. Okay. And you can look up anything in here. One thing you can do is open up the reference manual, and your reference manual is basically the book. Okay. If you're going to run a campaign, read through it, get to know it well. Okay. All right. Now, okay. Confirm. Okay. Upbringing. Let's see. Starfleet. Rebelled. Okay. All right. Let's go for medicine again. Okay. I'm just going to kind of write whatever there. Upbringing talent. Okay, now again, if I have a question, I can click on this and it'll tell me what first response means. Okay, that sounds like something I want. Okay, training. Select training. Let's do sciences track. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Okay. So now I have a character. We're just going to name them Bob. Okay. Assets. Let's find. Uh, let's see if we have. Oh, here we go. So let's go down here to Star Trek Adventures. Look at tokens here. Star Trek Adventures, 2D20. Andorians. Bajorans. Beta Zeds. Cardassians. Humans. Okay. Got a lot of boring humans. All right, we'll just grab a guy here. Okay, now we have a portrait. Okay, now, so here's my character. For equipment, go down here to items, and we can add items here. All right, so for example, medical equipment. And tricorder. Okay. And if I want to put something about their ship here, like, for example, he's on a particular ship, we can do that. All right, so that's our character. Now, if I want to find the character again, okay, Bob is now here. Now, there's no owned by, so I can take ownership. Okay, now it's owned by the GM. Okay, now all of this is stuff that relates to your character, so we no longer need those. Okay, close library. Now, here is where you find the stuff for your adventure. So for example, if I go here to story, I'm going to click here where it says all. Okay. Now I don't see the story for the adventure I just bought. So let's go back here. Okay. Oh, there's no story. It's just encounters. There's a reference manual. Okay, so there's a reference manual, but there are no stories. Okay, cool. I can deal with that. Um, but you notice like the sample adventure is here. So I can click on this and there's information. I can go here to my arrows, like next page. If there's a chat box, I can click here and it shows up in the chat. Um, there are links, for example, an encounter. Okay. Now, okay, that brings us up to combat. All right, so here's my combat tracker, and here's my party sheet. So I'm going to go back to the character that I just created, and it's GM. Okay, that did not work. Maybe I have to do it the other way. Okay, let's put it here. Okay, now Bob is in the combat tracker. Okay. Oh, it's because here we go. So this is on the bridge. This is the ship. This is the away team. I think I can put him here. There we go. Wow, that's a lot of space for an away team. And advancement, this will happen later when you're awarding XP. Okay. All right, so Bob's in the combat tracker. Okay. Now, okay, so here you have missions. We have no missions yet. Okay. You have NPCs, and we have all kinds of NPCs here that we can play with. Images, this is also where you will find your maps. Now, I can go here to unforeseen consequences, core rulebook, and for example, there's an alien landscape. I wonder if they have any cool maps here. They have pictures of a lot of different stuff here. Um, okay. Okay, here we go. Here's a map. Okay, so let's pull this up. Okay, here's the lounge. Okay, and here's how this is going to work. So in my story, okay, if we have a mission here, okay, now let's go down here. Okay, we have an encounter, right? Now here, add encounter to the combat tracker, right here. Okay, now my Neanderthals are in the combat tracker. Now, in order to put them here, okay, we're going to put Bob here in the lounge, and I'm just going to drag my Neanderthals. Now Bob, right now, cannot see the Neanderthals. I've got to turn them on. So here, show NPC. See, now they're where they can be seen. Now this little green thing that says item identified, you can turn that off if you don't want Bob to know what these are, but we'll turn them on. Bob knows they're Neanderthals. He can see they're Neanderthals. Okay, so Bob is going to come over here. Okay. Now, if I want Bob to fight, there are two ways I can do that. Okay. Okay, now first we're going to go here to target, and I can drag this onto a target. So he's going to target Neanderthal 1. Okay. Now he has no offense because he has not equipped his phaser. Okay. Okay. Now he's got a phaser in his attack. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, so if I want him to attack, then he's targeting the Neanderthal. Okay. I should be able to just click on this. All right. And it's a success. Okay. Then I can go here. Okay, and that's the damage. And see, now Neanderthal 1 has taken damage. Now if I want Neanderthal to strike back, I can go here. Now he's targeting Bob. I can go to offense, unarmed strike, melee. Okay, hit this. Okay, now I can't see it. Okay, success. So he punches Bob. So much for Bob being a pacifist. Okay, and damage, Bob takes a little bit of damage. Okay, and that's just the basics of fighting. Okay. Now, when this is over, okay, let me go back to this encounter here. Okay, sometimes in these there's something you can do for XP. Okay. Now in Neanderthal, okay, yeah, I'd have to read up on that. I'm not proficient. Anyway, it'll tell you like how to award XP. I'm so used to D&D. Oh, you killed the monster, now you get XP. Looks like that's not how it's done. But if you want to know how it's done, modules, okay, rulebook, and you can go reference manual. And an easy thing you can do here is like, XP. You can search for things. Ooh, wow. Experience and promotion. There you go. And so I could just read this section here. All right. Now to go down here, okay, we've gone over encounters, okay, and again you can look at this one, okay, or this one, okay, uh, images, items, missions, NPCs, okay, parcels. Now here we have nothing here, but parcels are like in D&D, this is where you'd put your treasure. This is where you'd put the stuff they get if they win an encounter. Ship roles. You can assign these roles to people on the ship. Uh, Here you've got a number of different kinds of ships. You can also add a ship. Now, if I want to make my own ship, okay, let's say I'm going to make a new category. All right, I'm going to add category. Oh no, now I can't find it. See, it's group 1. Okay, go here to this little pencil, edit groups, change the name, and that's an easy way to find it. Okay, stop editing groups. Now it's up at the top. Okay, and I could decide, okay, let's say, um, okay. Now here I don't see, okay, um, Federation ships, but I could go here to add item, and this will allow me to input my own ship. Now there are some websites where you can find stats on ships, and I think you can find stats on some ships in the modules. Um, so you can pull this up, edit it, give it a name, give it a type, and you'll have a ship, and you can add players to the ship. Your story, your tables, and these are different random tables that you can do things with, random denobulan names. Oh, look, our denobulan is named Lucis. Okay. And that's basically how you run a Star Trek adventure. There's actually a lot more to it, but that's the basics of opening it. All right. Thank you.